Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm in the gym right now. So, I'm currently trying to get myself fit. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube who do those weight loss journeys from I was this and now I'm this. I didn't do that. I know that there are some people who kind of joined my channel because it kind of seemed like I was like a car blogger. I bought a 2018 Camry a while ago, and I said I was doing some plans with it, but to be honest, the car's fine. Haven't done nothing to it. I would like Team to make a suspension for it. That'd be pretty tight. If they do make a suspension, I would lower it, put some nice wheels on it, call it a day. So far, the car is good. It's a really good A and B car. Gets a lot of looks. The only thing I don't like about my Camry is when I see somebody else's Camry and it looks exactly the same. I can't stand stock, but for some reason the Camry can pull it off. I just want some different wheels. I actually bought some 20-inch wheels I was going to put on it. I bought it from this pawn shop for $150. Talking brand new, damn near brand new wheels and tires. So the guy from the pawn shop bought the wheels for $50 from a guy who was about to go to jail. So his car's about to get repossessed and he's about to go to jail. So he sold them to the pawn shop. Dude only took $50 for it. So the dude at the pawn shop, when he told me that, he was like, man, if these wheels and tires fit your car, you can have them for $150. I took them things so fast. I bought them on a Friday, put them on Craigslist on Sunday, and had them sold by Monday afternoon for $5. I really wasn't feeling the wheels like that, but they were nice. I probably could have made more money if I would have waited, but honestly, a win is a win. You take your wins when you get them. But anyways, this video is really more of kind of like some personal things. It's kind of been that I've kind of realized. I'm not big on social media. I don't have a Twitter or anything like that. I have a Facebook and that's it. I was thinking about possibly getting a Twitter and a Snapchat, you know, whatever the kids are on. Dude, I'm 32 years old. I know the president is on like Twitter saying random crap that's going to get us blown up, but I feel like I'm just kind of too old for that right now. But one thing I wanted to talk about, excuse me, is linear versus lateral. Now, have you ever had people in your life who you would consider like friends? And not everybody grows. And if somebody, let's say you have a friend for 15 years and you kind of stop talking to them, and then when you kind of go back to talking to them again, they're still in the same place, but you feel like you've grown. Either you've gotten a new job, you have a better outlook on life, drop weight. I've dropped about 80 pounds so far. I was 325, I'm 242, some change, somewhere around there. My goal is to get under 200, but that's besides the point. If you are a lateral thinker, so you got to think of lateral as up and down, and you have to think of linear as sideways. You have lateral people, and then you have linear people. Now, I consider myself lateral because I'm not in the same place I was 6 months ago. And even 6 months prior to that, I wasn't in the same place. So if you look at me as a board, I'm going like this or like that. If you have friends in your life who are linear, expect to cross at one point. And I know that sounds very simple, but it's because people don't like change without them. I once had a friend who, an ex-friend, somebody you would consider a brother, and he would always talk about my past and things that I've done and all this other stuff. But when you look at him today, he's in the same place he was 4 years ago. He's in the same place he was 8 years ago. The only thing he can talk about is my past. He can talk about, he can't talk about my family. He can't talk about my car. He can't talk about where I stay. He can't even talk about my weight anymore. He used to talk about all that stuff, but claimed he was my friend. So every time I stop talking to him, because we end up meeting in that crossroads where I'm climbing and he's still going the same place. When you're linear, all you have is the present and the past, because you can't see a future. If I'm looking up to where I'm going. Or you have, lateral goes both ways. You know, If you see somebody and they're consistently going down, yeah, they're lateral. Lateral can go forward or go up and down. Linear is really present and past. There's no future in linear in my book, because I feel like the only thing that you can see is that small pocket, that small window. You can't see past tomorrow. You can only see present and past. Whereas if you're lateral, and please forgive me if I keep confusing lateral and linear, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying. So, lateral, linear. It's like trying to say all this and work out at the same time is crazy. But anyways, so I had somebody who was like that. And I had to X them out of my life because we kept on crossing paths. And the reason why we kept crossing paths is because I didn't let my past affect me. See, I'm not tied to my past. And when you get tied to your past, you can't grow. If you can't forgive and you can't get over your own regrets, you can't grow. And this person used to showboat. Well, I did this and I did that. If you have people like that in your life who are always talking about what they've done for you, or they have to highlight themselves, or they use a lot of the word I, that's a big no-no in my book. If you keep on talking about, well, I this, I that, I this, and I that, dude, go on somewhere with that. So if you're not lateral, you're linear. And you can make that change, and really it's forgiveness of the past. If you don't forgive yourself for the past or the past things that's been done to you, you know, I could sit up here and I could cry a river of all the crap that's happened to me, but I won't. You know, right now, I'm pretty sure my baby mom was gonna watch this video. Me and her, we had some problems. We had some hella big problems. But you know what? If I continued to be a linear type of guy, I would never be lateral, and I would never forgive her, and she would never forgive me. And now, you know, we can talk to each other and have a cordial relationship. I understand that that's not possible for everybody, but you have to say the change that you want, and you have to go that way. You know, I remember a big intersection in my life. Let's see, I got 7 minutes in. Okay, a big change in my life was when I'm pretty sure that you heard the story of me running from the police and going to jail and all that other fun crap, because it wasn't fun. But I remember working at Wingstop one day, and my son asked me, or I asked my son, man, what do you want to be when you grow up one day? And he said, I want to be a chicken shaker just like you. The pain that came across me when my son, his highest ambitions was to be just like me. And I didn't even want to be me at that point, you know, and I had to make a change. I had to grow. I had an Acura Integra at that time, and I was still kind of in the streets. It was a GSR. It's a really fun car. But I had to make a change because, you know, my son is watching me, and based off of how I'm going to be is how he's going to be. I don't want my son to be linear. I want him to be lateral. I want him to go up in life. And it was a hard change, but change is necessary. I don't know why people are afraid of change. Well, I do know why, because it's new growth. And like even now, I'm at the gym. It's probably 11 o'clock at nighttime. I'd rather be on the couch playing PlayStation. Oh, if you have a PlayStation and you want to add me, the name is Cashrock, K-A-S-H-R-O-C. Really don't play too many games, but I do play Uncharted a lot. That's kind of the only game I play. I used to play Metal Gear, but I don't know what happened to Metal Gear. The series collapsed. But anyways, right now here in this gym, you know, I devote time to this gym because I know change is necessary. It's easy for me to sit on the couch and have some cheesecake and chips and pig out, but it's hard to come to this gym. At least that's what I used to tell myself. Now I changed the way I think because my mouth works my subconscious, and my subconscious controls my regular conscious. So I tell myself, hey, I'm gonna make this change, or hey, I'm going to the gym and I'm gonna enjoy it. I like riding the bike. I like lifting heavy freaking stuff, you know? But change is necessary. And the biggest change you can do is go from linear to lateral and climb and make your way up. I grew up in the hood, you know, grew up South Dallas. Then I moved to Oklahoma City, grew up in the hood there. Moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, grew up in the hood there to where I am now. I'm not in the hood, I'll tell you that much. I make decent money a year. I had to climb up out of that. And, thankfully I had a mom who took care of me. I didn't have a dad in my life at that point. But I did have friends. But not all friends will lead you down good paths. Let's see, 10 minutes in. So another little story. When I went to jail, there was this guy named Sonny. Now, Sonny, he's one of those people you can tell who are kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? And so Sonny was with some friends, or he thought was friends, and they went and robbed a Quick Trip. Now, in Oklahoma, or especially Tulsa, Oklahoma, there's Quick Trips everywhere. You don't rob Quick Trip because Quick Trip damn near runs Tulsa. So they robbed the Quick Trip. Sonny, who's slow, wore a jacket during the robbery, and wore the same jacket to a football game not too long after. This is, I think he was about 20. So the police saw him, saw the guys he was with, and they got caught. His first offer from the district attorney, 17 years. Imagine not being in trouble and then hanging out with some friends, and they rob a Quick Trip. Oh, and all they got was like $35 a piece of some pizzas. Some pizza boxes and $35 a piece. Just idiotic. Well, I was at Walmart today, and I just had that feeling. You ever have that feeling like, hey, you probably need to pull out some cash, because most people don't carry cash on them. So I pulled out like 20 bucks. And as soon as I came out, heard this dude like, hey man, what's going on? Hey man, what's up? Who are you oh, snaps, it's Sonny. Bum. He's a bum now. He's living on the street. You can look at him and see that he's beat down, but he looks lost. It's because of the influence of friends, of linear friends who took him, or who made him believe that he had true friends and led him down a path. And now, I felt sad, overwhelmingly sad, because there was nothing I could do for him. The cash that I just took out was just 20 bucks, and I gave it to him. But there's nothing I could do for him besides pray for him. And it was just sad to see Sonny all jacked up like that. I don't know if he went to prison or not. Granted, it's been almost 10 years. I was talking to my baby mom about it today. And it was almost 10 years to the day that I got out of jail, to where I just saw him again today. He's linear. He's not lateral. But he had linear friends around him who led him down a path. And now the dude's 30 years old, about to be 31, living on the streets. And it was just sad, because I was like, man, he got a phone. He's got no way to contact him. I can't go search all the halfway houses or wherever, homeless people sleep to go find him. I can't bring him around my kids. I can't do nothing for him besides pray for him. So friends have an incredible influence over your life. If you're not lateral, if you're not going up, if you're hanging around linear people who literally aren't going anywhere in life, they will keep you there. And you've got to break away from linear people and become lateral and go up. You've got to go up in life. It doesn't matter your circumstances. I was a felon. I had 3 felonies against me and 11 traffic tickets, all from one night of running from the police. I got my record expunged. I got to work. And now I can take care of my boys on the weekend, and when I get them. And if I wanted to go go-kart racing, we can do that. If I want to do anything just about with my kids, I can do that. It's because I became lateral and got away from linear. So please take this little story to heart, that you can change your situation and you can become better, but you cannot be better being linear. You have to become lateral. You have to go up in this world. Don't worry about anybody else. Worry about yourself. And I promise you, the wake of you being lateral changes people. You know how many people come up to me and ask me about weightlifting and working out and stuff like that? I didn't set out to be some type of weight loss coach or anything like that. I just wanted to not be fat no more. And I achieved that by basically becoming lateral. I became lateral in a lot of thinking in life. Do I still have ways to go? Of course I do. I don't believe that anybody ever gets to the top. But it's at least the attempt to make it there is what makes life amazing. If you're linear, you're just stuck in the present and past, and you don't have a future. You're just going around in circles, because eventually linear just goes around, in my opinion. You just keep back and forth, and you can change that. So that's my little story. I'm gonna try to get back to it. I only burned 66 calories sitting here, so 15 minutes. So yeah, I got to get on it. So all right, that's my little story. I might upload something in a couple months or so. All right.